What is up, guys? Spartan back with another video. I know, 2 videos in 1 year. It's a 2020 miracle. We kind of need those right around this time of year. But I just want to say I hope you guys are doing well. This video is going to be an update video, basically the videos I've been doing about my setups since I started this channel about 7 years ago. And a lot has changed, and with me streaming as much as I do, go check me out, twitch.tv/Spartanwarriormsu, stream Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I get a lot of questions about my setup. And because my YouTube channel is linked to my my account, and I also have a link to it on my page and on my channel, people look at that and they go, man, that's what you're racing on? And they don't realize that that setup is super duper old, and basically nothing is left of that setup. Everything's different about it. So I decided, why not get this video made for you guys, and that way you can see what the setup looks like and kind of give you an idea of when you're watching the channel and watching the streams, what's going on behind the scenes. So without further ado, let me turn the camera around and show you kind of what my setup looks like. But this is kind of the area, so let me start off by moving around. As you can kind of see, I'm in my bedroom, and I'm in the really small corner of my room. One of the reasons why I wanted to kind of show this off a little bit on how small the space is, just to let you guys know, just because you want to have a big gaming setup doesn't mean you need to have a ton of space to pull it off. I do plan on moving here next year, so that way I can have a bigger room, but just to kind of give you a heads up, you don't really need a massive room just to do your gaming setup. You could do it literally in half of a bedroom, and this is like a 12-foot bedroom, so I'm doing it like 6 feet. So coming into the setup, the desk itself is a much bigger desk. I had to get a bigger desk because I have a new computer, which we'll get to in a minute, and it needed to be up onto the top of the computer instead of down below, so I needed a much bigger desk to have that space. As for the chair, I just had some standard chair that I got from Staples beforehand, and I went in a couple years ago, got for a gift this GT Racing gaming chair. It was a gift for Christmas, so thanks Mom and Dad, appreciate you. They gave me this. It's off of Amazon. I'll try to go and find links for everything and put those down below. Yes, my hand will be out of focus because it is on autofocus, but I'll try to put links to everything that I can find that is still available, so that way you guys can kind of see and try to replicate this if you want to. As obviously you can see, I've also added a green screen. This was just a standard piece of green fabric. I got it for like 30 bucks off of Amazon, and it's massive. It's kind of all folded. I plan on trying to move it so that way it's over a little bit at some point, or leaving it like this. I'm not sure, but it's up, and it's just a giant piece of green fabric, really. To make the green screen really work, I've gotten these standard 3-point lighting kits. There we go, let that focus up a little bit. And there's its twin over there. I don't have room for the third light, because typically you would have a third light that kind of shines down in the below part and goes up the green screen. But obviously I don't have a ton of room, so these will have to do for now. It was like a $50 lighting kit. Again, links down in the description below if I can find it. So that is that. As for the mouse, it is a Razer mouse. I upgraded my mouse. I bought this. It's an older version, but it's a Razer Naga mouse, but it's like the 2014, 2013 edition. So it is an outdated mouse. Okay, as for the keyboard, it is a Red Dragon KR570 keyboard, I believe. I got this again off of Amazon. It is a blue switch, so pop it up. A blue switch mechanical keyboard, so it is super duper duper, get on there, super clicky. I do really very much enjoy this keyboard. The more I've used it, the more I have enjoyed it. I have used it for gaming, I have used it for work at home, I've used it for a lot of different things, so I do highly recommend that. Up next, I did get myself an OBS stream, or an Elgato Stream Deck. I found this, I've always wanted one of these, because when I kind of learned about these, let me pull this out here a little bit for you. When I learned about these, I thought they were super duper cool, and I think it's super helpful for the streams. It makes it so that way you can do lots of really cool things, really cool transitions and everything like that. really swiftly, super quickly, and it's just very much helped my stream look a lot more professional, and it makes it so that way I don't have to sit here and click and preview everything before I do it. So right now I'm just doing tons of transitions in OBS right now. So obviously there's the starting soon screen, and you hit the button and well, bam, there you go. Hi, me. So I do highly recommend that you get one of those. It does make a big difference. Over here, I still do run the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 audio interface. I do have something else that I'll show off a little bit that I just don't have the room for, and I'm still kind of learning how to use it, honestly. But this still is a very, very, very reliable audio interface for not a lot of money. If you would like to go to an XLR microphone, I do highly recommend just getting one of these guys. World of difference. These are my Audio Technica MH30 headphones, and these things are awesome. They're not super expensive. I do recommend them. They look great on you. The quality is really good, and for a really affordable price. I just decided to get rid of my old gaming headset, but I just decided that it was time to go and try to upgrade the look a little bit, so I do recommend getting those for a really cheap price. The cable is super duper long, so I got lots of playroom to walk around. There we go, Audio Technica. Don't I look super duper fabulous? All right, moving on to monitors. Yes, I have a lot of them. The two side monitors here and here are just some standard Samsung monitors. They're nothing fancy. 60 hertz refresh rate, standard 22, 23 inch monitors that I got from Best Buy. As soon as I kind of got my computer, I just needed monitors to work. They run off of HDMI, nothing fancy there. As you can see on this monitor, I run OBS Studio. That is the streaming software that I use to do all of my stuff. And as you can see, all we gotta do is like hit a button, bam, there we go, and wapa, there we go. So there's another screen. Hello, me over there as well. So I highly recommend it. It's a free program. Anybody can use it. It's just takes some time kind of learning the little ins and outs and the extra things you can do to make it super duper cool and useful for what you're trying to do. But that is a great program to use when streaming. Typically then I have the game itself playing on my HP 25X 144 hertz refresh rate monitor. It's 25 inches. It's a really solid monitor. I've only gotten it this year to kind of complete the setup, and I've really enjoyed it. You can definitely tell in a lot of shooting games and stuff, the refresh rate is just nuts. Then directly above that, we have just a standard I think it's like a 17-inch TV for when I do any kind of console gaming. I can have that switched over from the PC as an extra monitor to actually just a TV, and we can use it there. And I also use it as the speakers for when there's the days that I'm like trying to listen to maybe some music and chill on this computer and don't want to wear headphones. The camera I currently use right now for all of my streaming stuff is the Logitech C920. It is a solid webcam. You can't go wrong with this. A lot of streamers use this camera right here. It goes to 1080p for your video quality. It is a solid camera. It fits right in between there. So as you can see right there, bam, bam, monitor, and that's what I use. I just change it to fix for I put a chroma key filter for the green screen, and bam, there we go. Next over here is my microphone. It is an Audio Technica AT2020 microphone. This is one of the few things that I have had that is the same from my last setup. I've had no reason to change this microphone. It is a very solid microphone. It's not a lot of money, and it picks up quality great. I've now moved it up so that way when I'm streaming, you actually don't see the microphone while I'm streaming, but when I'm up nice and close, you can still get a really good sound quality out of this microphone without doing a ton of gain. That is sitting on a Rode microphone stand. It goes all the way down there and clips onto the desk. So that is a solid microphone stand. If you can get them, they're a little expensive for a microphone stand, but holy cow, compared to the last microphone stand I had, night and day. This is just a standard kind of pop filter I put on there just in case I need that. With it being a little bit farther out, I don't need it as much, but still highly recommend getting a pop filter for your microphone. Okay, that kind of takes care of the monitors and everything like that. When I run it, I have OBS up on this screen. I run the game on this screen over here. I run the music and any other kind of web-based stuff that I need, so I can always switch the music and everything like that. Then I have my Discord always running over here. You should make sure that you join my Discord. Again, link down below. The Sparty Party Discord, where the Sparty Party never ends. That's where I come and I hang out with all of you guys that want to come in and be a little bit more involved with the stream. As you can see, we've got a lot of people in here. I think we got almost 90 people in this server now, so highly recommend you come over there. Then finally, I go and run the streaming manager for Twitch up here. Not only do I have my chat, I can also kind of update things, run polls, and then also over here, if I miss anything when it comes to followers, subscribers, donations, cheers, anything like that, it pops up over here. It also kind of gives me a live counter of how long I've been streaming, who's been watching, follow count, everything like that. I also just kind of wanted to show you how bright these lights are. So when you turn those suckers on and you come around here to the green screen, now that green screen is super lit up and it's pretty evenly lit, so that way everything looks nice, uniformal, and you don't get a lot of splotches when you do your streaming. Okay, next, cable management is still a work in progress behind the scenes. You can still see I still have a lot of cables, but this is a 4-arm or 4-monitor mount that is actually just clipped onto the desk right now. I got a piece of wood in there for a little bit of extra support, but this guy right here was like, I've been looking and thinking and trying to come up with a way to do 4 monitor setups. And when I found this on Amazon, I was like, I have to get it. They might not be making them anymore, because when I found mine, it was like a couple left. But then the arms can swing out. They can go, I can move the monitors like up and down. I can always switch them up if I wanted to, if I wanted to make this into like a chat monitor where it's up and down vertically. But holy cow, it's amazing. It's got the clips on it, so I've got the cables all kind of running. They just don't look that good, but hopefully that'll be up against the desk soon and you won't be able to see it. Cable management, guys, is key when you're doing your streaming, especially with lots of PCs and lots of components. As you can see, there is still a ton of cables, but I installed underneath this desk a J channel, and it's just kind of stuck up underneath there, and all the cables just kind of lie underneath there, and that way you don't have cables hanging down here and all messed up, and it looks terrible, and it's just not a good look. So I was tired of looking at those cables, so I went and did that. Here, let me turn this light off so it's not so bright. So I did install that, and it's been a game changer there. Now that we've kind of gone through all the different components of the stream, let's get over to the big fella.
Let me pause you right there. So after filming this, I actually upgraded some of the parts inside the computer, so I need to do a little bit of an update. So let me drop in some new footage and I'll let you know what has changed. This is actually one of iBuyPower's original Snowblind models, so that is the case that I actually am running right now. It has an Intel i7 7700 core processor, a GeForce RTX 27 Super 8GB graphics card. I just upgraded to that. It has the MSI Z270 Tomahawk Arctic motherboard, Corsair's 32GB of DDR4 3200 RAM, an 800 watt power supply, a Kingston 250GB solid state drive, a Western Digital 2TB hard drive, a deep cool liquid cooler to keep it all nice and cooled. Additionally, it is running an Elgato HD60 right now as well. That way I can go over and run all of my consoles. And that's what I'm running with this right now.
Then finally over here, because of that, I have all my Bowsers, Mario, some old amiibos that when those were cool. I really do like Bowser, and then my Nintendo Switch over there. Typically underneath in this spot here is where my PS4 would sit, but it's currently locked up or hooked up to my other TV, and that's just a laptop for work, so nothing fancy there. But on top of all that, not only do I play, you know, like Modern Warfare or any other kind of keyboard, mouse, Rocket League, anything that involves console or a controller, games. I've also done and kind of switched also over to a lot of NASCAR. With NASCAR, you can't just do a controller. That's just not the way we roll on this channel. Go big or go home. So I've also got myself a racing wheel and pedals and everything like that. So you know what? How about this? why don't we just kind of sit down for a second, take a chill pill, and why don't I show you, yeah, right there. Why don't I sit down and show you guys what happens when this setup changes over from a keyboard and mouse setup to a racing setup. Oh man, the light turned off too. Alright, well without further ado, here it is. So this is the Logitech G920 racing wheel and pedals that I've got currently running. This is the kind of steering wheel that I use. I basically just have the keyboard. I kind of just toss it to the side there for any kind of stuff I still use. Nothing really changes. I just have to move everything, like the obviously the mouse pad out of the way. That just kind of sits over there, and then I just kind of pull up the Stream Deck like so. It's got the pedal shifters for up in here. It is built, this is, because it's the 920, this is the PlayStation version, but it still works perfectly well on your PC. I believe they actually just came out with a new version. I just saw that kind of popping up. It is a bit of an investment, but if you are trying to get yourself a little bit more serious into racing games at some point, I do recommend this wheel. It does everything that you're kind of trying to do, and it is a pretty good starter wheel. It has motors that are built into it for the resistance and kind of the force feedback on your wheel, which when you have force feedback on your wheel, it really kind of gives you that feel of when you're like losing the car's too tight, the car's too loose, and everything like that. I do highly recommend it, and it's done wonders for my channel. This was a great investment for me, my channel, and everything about it. And for the last part of this video, you always get asked when you're sitting here and you're bringing up your setups and everything like that, and you always get, so what would you do differently? What would you improve on? What would you want to make better? The only thing I could really think of possibly doing is going over and maybe going to a dual PC setup. That way that computer over there would be just running all of the OBS and the transitions and everything like that in that aspect, where a new computer could be kind of built and have the next greatest and best components, and then those components would be just running the game exclusively. And I think that would make it so that way I can also not only stream in just 720p, I can move up to 1080p and have no issues. And the one aspect of this setup that I don't have, I bought and I have it, and I just don't know really how to use it, is I bought myself a mixing board. This is the Behringer Xenix 1204 USB mixing board. So I bought this thing thinking what I could do is separate all the audio channels into separate audio channels down here. So I could have it so that way my audio was one channel, the gameplay was another channel, and then like all my buddies could be on another channel. But I just can't seem to get it to work exactly the way I want it. So if you know anybody possibly that knows these things a little bit better than I do, I'd love to be able to pick their brain and try to figure out how this works, so that way not only does the mic sound so much better, but the quality of the stream goes up, and then this would replace the focus ring. I know that a lot of streamers in the past have used a setup like this to run audio from one computer to the other and kind of mix them and all that stuff. I just don't have that ability right now, but this is definitely something that I want to reincorporate back into my setup at some point. But other than that, that's kind of done, honestly. I don't really have any other plans to buy any more components for it. I would love to be able to use this camera here to become my new webcam, but I'm still trying to figure out how to use this camera because this is a dual changeable lens camera. I've never really dealt with one of these before. So I'm still kind of learning this camera and how to use it and make it so that way it looks the best, makes the quality of the stream go that much higher, and just makes everybody think like it's a more professional style setup. But that's kind of it for the setup, guys, and I think that's about wraps up this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure that you throw a like on this video. It's always appreciated. If you didn't like the video, throw a dislike and let me know why in the comment section down below. Again, if I could find links for all of the products and all of the things that are a part of this setup, I'll make sure to go and throw all those links in the description down below. If you haven't already, make sure you go over and hit that subscribe button. There are going to be more videos coming out. I don't plan on only putting out like a video or two a year. I do have plans on trying to take some clip videos and put them up onto the YouTube channel. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button, throw that thumbs up, and make sure you check out all the links down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy yourself. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys soon.